Hello, thank you for listening. This is the near death experience of Fiona, and this experience occurred on April 3rd of 2000 and was recorded on May 30th of 2017, open quote. I was in intensive care. I had about 8 tubes in my body, including a feeding tube through my nose and something to help me breathe. Before the experience, I had problems breathing and dreamed that I was in a swimming pool and gasping for air. I could not swim to the surface and felt like I was suffocating. Then a thought entered my mind that I should find the stairs to get out of the pool. I found them, climbed and climbed until I suddenly found some air. At one point, I saw very intense colors. The color red was too intense, so I decided to focus on one of the white walls of the small area I was in. It was not a real room. Soon thereafter, I saw a most beautiful blue color. It was comparable to the sky of a nice day in Georgia during the fall or spring when there's no humidity. The blue was a gorgeous and awesome color. The entire area I was in became blue. Then I left my body. I do not remember going through a tunnel. It all happened quickly. I did experience a most exquisite light. It was not hard to the eyes, and it was a very special light, unlike what we see here on earth. It was vastly peaceful and gracious. The peacefulness is what I remember most. At one point, I was above my house and saw my husband and daughter at the sink. I wanted to go be with them, especially my daughter. A voice, neither male nor female, asked me if I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back. Then I was woken up by the voice of a nurse. She said to me, "Be still. You just underwent expansive surgery, and it is important that you do not move," or something to that extent. It is not a verbatim quote. I touched my abdomen and felt a large scar, and then I knew. As of today, I like to take pictures of the sky whenever I travel. I still like rainbows. We often take pictures when we see it or stop to look at it. End quote. That was nice, Fiona. There's a couple questions here. Question: at the time of your experience, was there an associated life threatening event? Answer: yes, surgery. While I was under general anesthesia, it probably happened before surgery. Part of my colon was gangrene and I was in distress. Life threatening event, but not clinical death. I had a hysterectomy that had not been performed very well or was unsuccessful. In retrospect, I was probably misdiagnosed. The hysterectomy could have been avoided. In any event, when I was admitted to the hospital and in severe physical distress, part of my colon had become gangrene. A medical resident accidentally punctured my lung when he tried to put in a central line. My lung collapsed and I had problems breathing. An emergency intubation was performed. Wow. Question: did you feel separated from your body? Answer: uncertain. I saw my husband and young daughter in my house. My daughter was affected. I heard the voices of children playing outside. My daughter was a major factor in my recovery because my health improved when I was able to talk with her on the phone. She was not allowed to see me in the ICU due to the condition I was in and her young age. I clearly left my body and existed outside of it. Question: rating your level of consciousness comparatively. Answer: more conscious and alert than normal. It is difficult to explain. I was extremely alert and once noticed a serious error made by a contract nurse. She profoundly thanked me for having noticed it. As of today, I wonder why I was so alert when I was the one in intensive care with tubes in my body. I do remember that after I was discharged, my alertness remained with respect to certain people. It felt as if I knew what had been going on while I was in the hospital. Question: at what time during the experience were you at your highest level of consciousness? Answer: not sure. I remained at a high level of alertness throughout my stay in ICU, and sometime after, I was discharged from the hospital. Question: comparing your vision. Answer: I experienced various colors. Prior to that, I had problems breathing and felt like I was suffocating. Before my lung collapsed, I saw the room clearly. I was in intensive care, communicated with nurses and my husband normally. My husband did tell me that at one point I mixed several languages into one. Part of it was in French. A Spanish speaking physician and my husband, who is also a physician by training, were able to figure out what I was trying to say. I wonder if she speaks those languages or they just came to her. Question: did you see an unearthly light? Answer: yes. The light was exquisite, very peaceful. It was as if all pain and conflicts ended. It was an amazing graciousness. Question: did you seem to enter some other unearthly world? Answer: a most beautiful realm of intense peacefulness, comfort without pain, and acceptance. It was harmonious and without the conflicts we experience in this world. It was truly mystical. Peace. Question: what emotions did you feel during the experience? Answer: peace and importantly, no pain. The pain was gone. I felt complete comfort, acceptance, and grateful for a chance to live in the world to come. Question: did scenes from your past come back to you? Answer: before the experience, my life passed by very quickly. My upbringing in Belgium and the Netherlands, school years, my parents, the pain I caused them by moving to the U.S., my husband, my marriage, the birth of my daughter, the pain I had experienced myself. Question: did you come to a border or point of no return? Answer: in retrospect, I am virtually convinced it was my daughter. She was young at the time, and the way life turned out, I am happy that I have been able to spend time with her. I am also grateful to my husband for all the beautiful trips we made. Once we went parasailing. The beach was crowded with loud music. At one point, I could not hear the music anymore and was high above the beach. That is the closest I can come to describing how it felt to be up there, the experience, quietness, no conflicts, and nothing distracting from the peacefulness. Question: what importance did you place on your religious/spiritual life prior to your experience? Answer: slightly important to me. Question: what was your religion prior to your experience? Answer: no comment. I was born and raised Catholic, but other than in school, we did not go to church or practice a particular religion. I did study philosophy and believed in a supreme being or power. God is a word that has been often abused. Horrors happen in the name of God or religion. That is why I prefer supreme being. Question: have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer: no. Question: what importance do you place on your religious/spiritual life after your experience? Answer: greatly important to me. Question: what is your religion now? Answer: do not know. I strongly believe in a supreme being, but can no longer believe in God in the biblical sense of the word. A father figure who rules the world and can be quite punishing. It is difficult for me now to join a church or synagogue, but I strongly believe in a supreme being and the world to come. Question: did your experience include features consistent with your earthly beliefs? Answer: for me, the stunning aspect was the light. I did not see a male figure or some figure that at times can be quite cruel or punishing. I did not experience a hellish aspect nor landscapes. It was pure, beautiful, peaceful, all-encompassing light. That changed my thinking. Now I truly believe in a supreme being. Question: did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer: yes. I look at the world differently. Before the experience, I really wanted to go back to work and make money. After the experience, I decided to be there for my daughter, parents, and husband. I think I changed and that it is or was difficult for my husband to understand or accept. Question. Did you seem to encounter a mystical being or presence or hear an unidentifiable voice? Answer. I heard a voice I could not identify. The voice was neither male or female. It was different, mystical. It asked if I wanted to go back. I responded and returned. I cannot identify it. It was out of this world. It was unlike human voices. It came out of the light. I did not see a presence. Question. Do you believe in an afterlife after your experience? Answer. Yes, there is an afterlife. The world to come after the life we are now living in this part of the universe. It is almost as if there are parallel lives. Question. During your experience, did you gain information about love? Answer. Yes. The light was peaceful, but also accepting, and that constitutes a supreme kind of love. Question. What life changes occurred in your life after your experience? Answer. Large changes. I strongly believe now in a supreme being that lies at the origin of the world we live in. But there is another world that we will enter. It is here, but we cannot see it. The supreme being is in all of us, including animals. All the many are one. Question. Have your relationships changed specifically because of your experience? Answer. Yes. Working as an attorney became less important to me. I did a great deal of volunteer work and pro bono work and tried to be there for my daughter. Unfortunately, my not making much money put a higher burden on my husband. I failed to see that for some time. Question. Was the experience difficult to express in words? Answer. Yes. The light I saw is difficult to describe. It was so peaceful, comforting, all-encompassing, a different world. It felt like the world to come is right here, but we cannot see it here on Earth. I started to read more about astronomy, the black hole, books about the afterlife. I studied the world's religions. Question. How accurately do you remember the experience in comparison to other life events that occurred around the same time? Answer. I remember it more accurately. I was in intensive care. At first, physicians did not know what was going on. I was opened up and had invasive surgery. There was an episode I do not know much about. My husband probably does. Afterwards, I did feel very aware of what was going on and often thought of WW2, maybe World War II. I don't know. Question. Do you have any psychic, non-ordinary, or other special gifts after your experience that you did not have before the experience? Answer. No. I always like when those are yes. Those are fun to read. Question. Have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer. Yes. After the experience, I tried to speak with my physician, but he said it was the result of the large dose of anesthesia that had been given to me. I tried to speak with a minister, but she did not really believe it. She believed in God in the biblical sense of the word. I spoke with my parents and was advised not to talk about it with others. I shared some of it with my husband. He sometimes pays more attention to medical reports. Both of us are interested in scientific advances. Question. What do you believe about the reality of your experience? Answer. It was real. It was an innate knowledge, a certain kind of happiness. Unfortunately, I experienced a depression sometime after I was released from the hospital. I was told it was a result of the anesthesia since my surgery lasted a long time. I have a book written by Pim Van Lommel and watch programs on TV. The more I read about NDE and out-of-body experiences, the more I feel that what I experienced was not a mere result of being in distress or having morphine to reduce pain and anesthesia. Question. At any time of your life, has anything ever reproduced any part of the experience? Answer. Yes. Sometimes when I have a great deal of physical pain, it feels as if I look at my body from the outside. Once I experienced a tunnel vision when I had walked a great deal and had to lie down due to pain. I woke up with a start. Question: is there anything else you would like to add about your experience? Answer: it led me to study religions and practice meditation. I studied with the rabbi, even though I have a very different background. I am also much more interested in the teachings of Einstein, medical articles, and scientific advances. Question: are there any other questions we could ask to help you communicate your experience? Answer: yes. How did the person become after the experience? More or less social? Happier or more or less happy due to the experience? Is there a heightened sense of perceiving others? Differences between NDE and out of body experience. End quote. End questions. And very interesting. Thank you, Fiona, for sharing that with us. I enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day.